Hello and welcome, folks, back to 709 Meridian, a podcast, a commentary podcast featuring various films. And this time around, we're in the midst of our summer of duologies. We're your hosts, Dee and Andrew.
Hello.
And tonight, we're doing a classic, a 1985 classic, the film Fright Night.
Fright Night. William Ragsdale, Roddy McDowell, Amanda
Pierce.
Who would soon be infamous for Married with Children.
Stephen
Yeah.
Jeffrey.
Yep, there's the friend in it too. So I actually did not see Fright Night for the first time until sometime after the year 2000. So
Wow.
Yep.
This one, the first one.
I missed out on all the Fright Night business.
Wow.
And Chris Sarandon, of course.
Yeah. Our big bad of the evening.
Yeah. Was how I had actually first heard of it from about in the context of it being a Chris Sarandon movie and me being like, Chris Sarandon was in movies and not just TV movies. I wasn't aware of that. So I guess I hadn't seen Dog Day Afternoon yet either. But anyway, so yes, Fright Night. Let's get going. Let me know when you're ready.
All right, I'm all synced up. Counter down.
All right. 3, 2, 1, play.
All right.
The old Columbia logo. Always classy.
Very.
Even they did a better 80s and 90s transition from that to video than a lot of people did. Remember when they did the video where it would zoom into the video thing? Yeah. I thought we were watching Fright Night. That's a werewolf. This did
it's all a part of the this is the mockery.
This is the 80s connected universe because we're in the same neighborhood as it looks like Poltergeist and E.T. and no, actually now we're on a real street and not a backlot.
Oh, this is a backlot street.
Oh yeah, you're right. I'm sorry. But they've got picket fences, at least.
Oh yeah. Yeah. They dressed it up. It looks good at night.
Right. This is God, I can't remember. It'll be a surprise when we get to the director's name because I can't remember. Is it Tom Holland?
Yeah, it's Tom Holland.
Spider-Man directed it? Cool.
Yeah.
Got
he was on a roll back then.
Yeah, he was.
He did this and
Art Evans.
Art Evans, yeah.
Child's Play, right? Didn't he do a Child's Play?
But he did something that was basically
Brad Fiedel.
Fright Night is like the remake of something else he did. Now, it's right on the tip of my tongue.
Is that Penny Marshall?
Looks like her, don't it? Hi, Cheryl.
What? Is this it's a vampire movie? That's right.
It's a Peter Vincent film.
That's right. That's right. Okay, and there he is. Okay, see? Not being a Hammer horror fan.
Creature of the night.
Nice coal check there.
Here we go.
Backwards.
It's all the shit is backwards.
It's like an episode of Doctor Who.
Here we are, suburbia, typical.
Yep, you got your Coors beer,
teenage
neon sign because it's the 80s.
Yeah,
nice photography. Still haven't seen William Ragsdale. He's hanging out at the
There we go.
Okay.
Trying to get it in. Right. Oh, this is a classic, man. And here we are, present day Peter Vincent.
So was Svengoolie national?
I don't think in the 80s. I think it was just our area, like
Okay.
Chicago, the
Because
Midwest, I guess.
yeah, these having hosts for movie nights is
Yeah, it's very old school.
yeah, it's a lost.
Because Finguli was the last aside from Elvira.
Yep.
And now
Wow.
Svengoolie, I guess, is natural or national.
Wow. William Ragsdale's a pushy dude in this.
Right? He wants it. I don't know. I kind of believe him as a couple.
Yeah. I'm trying to think how many franchises actually had a guy with a girlfriend as opposed to a guy.
Who gets strapped with, with a chick. And there we go.
Coffin next door. What's going on there?
Now you see that in the back. Oh,
What else did she do? I mean, did she have any other?
oh yeah. There was I think the same year, her and Stephen Jeffries did Fraternity Vacation
Okay.
with a young Tim Robbins
Oh, okay.
and Lee McCluskey and a bunch of other 30-year-old looking college guy.
Okay, let's see here. (1987). So only 2 years before she ended up on Married with Children,
Yeah.
because she was 27 in this.
Ah,
58. Yeah.
so we got Styles teenagers going here.
Yep. William Ragsdale, however, is 61. So wait, hold on. Maybe I'm doing my math wrong here. Hold on. I think I am.
Okay, now here's some
Okay, so
exposition.
he's 24. Wait.
Something is afoot in town.
Okay. Yeah, no, I was right the first time. She is 27.
Yeesh.
Yep, there's what's his face.
Little, the odd little guy, Stephen Jeffries, Evil Ed, who,
Also in Heaven Help Us, right? Yeah.
yeah. Big reason why this movie is a cult classic. So much so that they Well, I'll get to it later, but
Okay. Yeah, okay. I can see the studio.
oh
I
yeah,
can see the
it's
backlot.
definitely backlot. Might even be Universal.
It it does look like the Burbs could be taking place across the street.
I think that's Universal a lot. Because one of those houses in the background might be the Hardy Boys house.
So I'm trying to think. 1985, Silver Bullet was 85. Horror was
Yeah,
very much on the
yeah, everywhere. This was kind of like part of the onslaught where they had a lot of supernatural creatures as opposed to just, Jason and Leatherface, Michael Myers, who would return in 88. All right.
The Hunger was another vampire one from the mid
Yeah, it was a lot of
80s.
vampire and werewolf pictures. Yeah. The Howling. Um,
Yeah, The Howling was going, well, 85. It was probably already in the dumps by now. The Howling basically went into the dumps with the second one, right? Like,
yeah. After that, it was like direct to video. I think maybe the second one was too. I don't know.
one of them's Australian.
The
Wait, I saw
marsupials.
that girl. Now, Stephen Jeffries has got to be an actual kid, though, right? Like,
Probably.
let's see here.
Yeah. Evil Ed.
64. No, well, I mean, he was 21.
And it's just preserved well. Eh.
He's got his classic car there, another 80s teen.
Yeah.
Gotta have a classic car.
And it actually runs well as opposed to him fixing it
Right.
constantly.
Who's this Joe Pantoliano looking familiar over here?
Ah.
Is this one of those situations where that guy's actually younger than
Right? Oh my god. Now that dude, he ended up as the sidekick in House 2.
House? Another.
Yeah, another pretty good 80s. Just that one was kind of different.
Yeah, by the mid 80s, I mean, Nightmare on Elm Street was 84. So, um, did they not get permission to show the centerfold's face or something like
Probably not.
artfully laid Lay's potato chip egg? Um, but yeah, so like by the mid 80s, horror was, I
It
mean,
was big time.
It was
because
over by the
makeup.
90s. I mean, it was over by 90. So this was sort of your peak.
Yeah. Yeah, 85 was a big year. But not for Friday the 13th, I don't think. That's when Jason 5 came out and people were very disappointed with that.
This is like the most Brian De Palma scene in the world.
Right? Body double too.
Body double too. It's actually just what I was thinking.
Okay, let's swap her out.
I
That's
feel
Chris
like the
Sarandon
vampire should have noticed
looking
before.
very somewhat menacing
Yeah.
there. Eh.
Claws.
Yikes.
I wonder when claws in vampire movies got to be the big deal.
Lost Boys.
No,
Lost
because
Boys.
Lost Boys was after
Yep.
this.
It was after this, but well, it might have started with this because Lost Boys changed how even vampires looked.
I guess Williams Ragsdale's career makes a lot more sense when you realize his biggest hit was when he was already 24 and he was playing a 16-year-old.
You know what? The other Holland movie, I can't believe it like completely slipped my mind. Cloak and Dagger.
No, that was Franklin, wasn't it?
Was it?
I think so. Let's see. Cloak and Dagger, which I think just got a remaster. Uh,
Didn't he have
Franklin.
something?
He
Okay.
wrote the story.
Okay, see. The
Yeah.
story is very similar.
Look at the outfit on Chris Sarandon.
See, that was one bite out of that apple.
The they're not messing around establishing the villain, right? Like
No.
we're 16 minutes in. This is no
Yeah.
Freddy's. No. What's
Yeah,
Freddy
nobody's
2? This is no Nightmare on Elm Street 2.
right where they have to guess and see now Cloak and Dagger, it's spies.
Right. You can't go to the police, Charlie. I'm 27. You're 24. That's got to be illegal. We both go to high school. Like,
Look
oh, look at that
at that Matt.
background. Oh, look
Yeah,
at that. Yeah. Wow.
looks like Peyton Place.
You know, it's a
Hey, Art
Art
Evans.
Evans. All right, let's see here. Billy Cole, Jonathan Stark,
Okay, yeah.
52. Okay, so he is at least older than he's the oldest. sort of cast member. I think 87 was Monster Squad. So 87 was the first time we did theatrical PG monsters for kids.
Right.
Oh, wait a second.
Yeah.
So it's sort of like Mannequin 2, where he's once again got a reincarnated.
Yeah.
Okay.
Look.
I like how they like just moved in, and so their new furniture already has cobwebs on it. So it's like they
Yeah,
brought the
it's already
cobwebs with them.
dusty and fuck. They move in a Munsters mansion shit. Mhm. Art Evans, folks.
That is
Yeah,
wow.
that's backlot like a month.
What I was going to say was backlots aren't a bad idea. Like they could do amazing things with backlots now, right? Like with CG instead of doing everything in front of green screen. But oh,
It might be right off of Town Square from Back to the Future. Yeah. Evil's just in a world of his own. Jeez.
mm-hmm. uh, we got some continuity gaps between the cuts there.
Mm.
He's not in the second one, is he?
Who?
Stephen Jeffries.
No. There is a story though.
Okay.
I was gonna bring it up a little later, but
We can wait. We can wait. Don't worry, man.
yeah.
I'm trying to imagine what else
Hmm.
Stephen Jeffries can do besides this and Heaven Help Us.
He was this guy.
Wasn't he a compulsive masturbator in Heaven Help Us?
In Heaven Help Us, he was that.
Yes.
Yeah, he was
Yes,
the
he
weirdo.
was. He was, yes. Couldn't keep his hands off himself. He really well cast.
Robert Englund gave him a shot.
Okay.
976 Evil,
Okay.
which it wasn't horrible. There's a lot of really cool camera trickery I learned about in that movie, but you know, and here we are, Mr. Jerry Dandridge, officially. Chris Sarandon.
He doesn't have claws. Mom shouldn't have invited him in, though.
See, this is where a lot of that lore comes from. Oh, oh no.
I don't know. Like, for some reason, I can't see William Ragsdale as anything but 24 right now.
Well,
I know, but like, it's mental. I got to get over it.
the second one, because he has this 90s mullet or late 80s mullet,
Right.
you know, he looks a lot older in the second one compared to this one.
Needs to go hang out with Roddy McDowell. Um, but Chris Sarandon, yeah, like not a lot of guys get that. Like he was once he found his niche on television, he never sort of left it. But it's kind of cool that he always has this to fall
Yeah,
back on. That like
yeah,
he
this
did have
was his
one
big
badass.
thing. Yeah,
Like not a lot of TV people ever get that. Like
because I can't not see him in this part. I can't think of anybody else who at the time could have played it.
no, because it's just the right mix of everything.
Who do you get? What? Rutger Hauer?
Nah, you can't. Rucker Hauer's not because that's the thing is you're doing an
You know
American
he's the
vampire,
yeah. You already know he's the damn.
right? And Rutger Hauer turned into parody pretty damn quick. Like,
Well, this is a
so
year before The Hitcher.
I would imagine Lady Hawk would do that to anyone. Um, yeah, we haven't even seen any like establishing shots of the town or anything, so we're not even doing that kind of thing. We're not doing neighborhood stuff like in Poltergeist and shit like that. We're just doing haunted house. Um, is that the mom?
Mm-hmm.
So this is an actual Brad Fiedel score. Fidel. I thought FX was a Brad Fidel score. It's not. It's a Bill Conti score. But this is Brad. This is Terminator Brad Fidel a year later.
Mm-hmm.
He did some awesome theme work on TV and stuff. Like he's really underappreciated.
Hmm. Yeah,
Eric Roberts.
maybe. Yeah, straight down the line. If you did it cool, like
Yep.
yeah, I can see that. There's a kind of a Michael Myers sort of.
Mm-hmm. Oh shit! Is it Venetian blind doors too? Yep.
Yeah, California.
Uh,
Yeah, it could be Haddonfield. I saw his mouth move while he had his neck in the one shot. Yeah,
Yeah, it's fucking up the pinball machine. Yeah.
yeah, that's some scary shit. You deserve to die, boy. Damn.
Yep. Trying to think. Cloak and Dagger, The Burbs. There were some other movies in the 80s where people were convinced of
Somebody
nearby
was.
villains. Yeah.
Yeah. Um. hmm. Or lured into something that was bigger than
Hmm.
like gotcha. A lot of spy stuff.
Yeah. The mid 80s, non like now it certainly feel well, it's a good thing like Vampire didn't see his reincarnated
Yeah,
girlfriend.
not yet.
Um, but the the Brat Pack,
Mm.
in hindsight, it seems like everything in the 80s was the Brat Pack, but it very much was not, right? Like,
No, they kind of it was sort of checkered. Half of it was them, and then the other half was like this type of stuff.
right, like, ah, full
Ah.
makeup. So you've got gore, or you've got makeup effects, which,
And this is pretty cool.
yep,
The transformation. Mm.
oh, okay. I'm like, he's got a double antechamber door. What the hell? No, okay. Her door is stuck.
I love how the mother is the most useless character in this movie. Like literally.
Yeah. Even worse than William Ragsdale. Well, no. William Ragsdale's mom and Mannequin too. Certainly had she had her whole
No,
thing to do.
this chick reminds me of the mom in the Transformers movies.
Shia LaBeouf has a mom in the Transformers movie.
Oh, the parents?
I can't remember.
They were such a hit. They brought them back for two and three. Like, ugh. It was Kevin Dunn, the always
Yep.
irate Kevin Dunn.
Yep.
I forget who the mother was, but there we go. Actual classic
Yep.
Christopher Lee Dracula picture. Uh.
Did the phone call play into the preview? Seems like a great trailer.
I think they put that shot in where
Yeah.
he picks it up. A lot of Charlie is scared shots. I'm sure made it.
Who plays Roddy McDowell in the remake? David Tennant?
Yeah. It's oh, God. Such wasted potential, that movie. The cameo was cool.
Roddy?
Sarandon? Nah, Sarandon had a cameo.
Okay.
I think Roddy was dead by then. Here he's kind of made olded up too, though. His hair wasn't that gray in the mid '80s, right?
I don't think so.
Yeah, it really shows here. That
Oh,
big
yeah.
gray in the hair. He's got that fake Sanford and Son gray job. Mm. Ah,
It's not like Friday the 13th's not classy like Hammer
yeah.
horror movies.
It's them thumbing in their nose to you guys just don't do it like they used to.
Did everybody make fun of Friday the 13th? Like, because
Oh,
Monster
just
Squad
about.
does too.
Yeah. I think even Sleepaway Camp took a dig. Like the cover of one of them.
Hmm.
All right. Get off my car. Charlie got all dressed up. Oh,
Isn't that his outfit from Mannequin 2?
probably the jacket. Whoa,
Scooter.
that thing doesn't transform into a robot, does it?
So nobody knocks in this universe.
They went straight through the front door. Yeah. It's only been hours, but he looks like he hasn't slept
Yep.
in days.
Yep. I mean, if you lit all those candles, you got to figure like the wicks warming your eyes. That might make you go
Maybe.
bloodshot, maybe.
It's probably burn a little incense or something. I don't
Mm.
know.
I like his weird car thing. Have we heard any him talk about cars, or is this all decoration?
Yeah, I think that's just decoration. Teenage boys like cars,
Yeah.
especially Mustangs, apparently. Jeez. Mustang enthusiast Charlie Brewster. Did he have all that shit in the house or did he buy it?
uh, I feel like that is a good cut scene,
Right? And just robbing the church.
right? Like robbing the church, robbing a lumber yard.
The pizzeria down the street has no garlic whatsoever.
I like how the mom was nowhere there. Like she's not at all
Right. He's
concerned that
gone.
he's
But that's another typical 80s thing where the parents are forever absent.
going to old people's houses and getting information about the monster was also an 80s trope. We've got Roddy McDowell like dusted down. Like,
Yeah. They gave him a Doc Brown makeup job.
yeah, yeah, without it being part of the joke.
Yeah.
Fright Night. What if mazes and monsters was real?
uh,
Looked like there was a signed Boris Karloff picture on the wall somewhere too, over in the corner.
yeah, in the back. Uh,
So we didn't have to talk about where Charlie got all that shit and the money for it, but now we're talking about this.
he's an enthusiast.
Mm-hmm.
But you see, it's a harbinger. There we go. Keep your eye on that.
Oh, that's right. I'm remembering now. Okay.
It's almost at this point. See, even with the clocks, this is genius because after this scene is when like the movie really gets real.
Who threw in the?
Right from across the damn room. Huh. Oh, see.
So
Hmm.
he can eat food.
Yeah. He's a very indulgent vamp. God, that just
Yep.
that whole that fucking just it's such a everybody comes around that corner.
Yep.
Gosh. Blu-ray does no favors for Roddy's makeup.
No, no, it really doesn't. I don't think DVD did either. Like, look at that
Uh,
hair.
yeah, that just but then again, I guess that's part of the whole thing.
Yeah, I mean, it could be part of the bit. It's not
Yeah.
discussed.
Just as, corny as he looks in the movies.
So before this, what was the last the Hunger was 83. What other vampire movies were there
Ooh.
around this period? Salem's Lot, but that was TV movie. So I mean, like,
Yeah. Um, gosh. Other than like Dracula remakes, I can't really.
I don't even think there was a Dracula remake in the early 80s.
79 had.
Yep, 79.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey.
Well,
Yeah.
They've also cleaned up the house.
Yeah, no cobwebs.
Yeah.
It still looks kind of creepy though.
So he's not tired anymore, though, Charlie.
No.
He got like a good night's sleep after his candle lighting session and is rested for this adventure today. Okay. The vampire is able to drink holy water. Huh. What else did Tom Holland write? Like, he wrote the first Child's Play. But I mean, we're
He definitely liked Kids in Peril.
okay. He also wrote Cloak and Dagger, Initiation of Sarah, Beast Within, Class of '84,
Oh my god.
Psycho 2,
Not Class of 84.
Scream for Help.
Really?
Yep.
That was kind of a riff off of The Stepfather. It's very, very
Mm-hmm.
cheesy.
Let's see. Then after Child's Play should have been as big as Success, it all sort of went to shit, it looks like.
Uh,
Looks
well,
like
there
he
we
tried
go.
to do a backdoor pilot with Adrian Paul. We know how that worked out.
Uh,
Okay, here it is. Yes, this is what I remembered. Hmm. Can you imagine watching this on video with that sweater? We would have gotten that old fuzz.
yeah. Well, we had it for a while. I think this
Uh,
was one of the first movies I taped off HBO.
this was a big HBO hit too.
Yeah. Big video hit. Uh, mm,
Uh-oh.
yikes. Well,
Where does Amy live?
Right? Uh,
This is not a good sign.
uh, wow. Hmm.
Yeah, that's
Here we
ominous
go.
shot.
Uh.
What he went into a bigger from the little alley into a bigger alley.
Mm-hmm. Where the hell does this alley even go?
Uh-oh. I think he is scared though.
Yeah. That's fucking creepy. I want to show you something from the men's catalog.
Just this endless series of alleys.
Now that actually would have been kind of cool if he was psyching him out, making him.
All right. He just got lost on the Gotham City set from Batman 89.
Look,
Now
there
he's
ain't no bed. Well, he's got cornered like the kid from Christine.
which was also Columbia. Columbia had a lot of horror in the 80s.
Oh yeah.
Creepy hand.
Yeah. There just screams a deeper story here because he's so. I mean, I get that he's scared, but
Mm. As we walk through an industrial district,
yeah, what the hell? They're gonna run into the Thriller video in a minute.
right? Uh-huh.
Yikes.
it's kind of okay. Now we're on what the
Yeah, that's another. They're very much on a still on a backlot. Looks like.
what's a club? Oh, now we're running into this uphill garage.
Ah.
Oh, are we gonna end up in the club anyway? Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is a big sequence here. 80s club music.
With the chef running through. Nice.
Well, he's already kind of turned.
Yep. Um Apartment houses, I guess you just need to be invited into each individual apartment, not the main apartment.
Yeah, right. As opposed to the building itself. I think that's how they had it on. Yeah, on Angel. He couldn't get into the apartment, the individual apartment. Eh. He can't even look at it in the mirror. Eh. He's such a minion already.
Yep. Like immediately following. He won't turn you into a mannequin.
Right. Oh, this shit plays in the background. Hey, he even had time to go change.
Yeah, I wonder how because he can change a form with clothes. So can he just change whatever he's wearing without
Yeah,
actually having to
probably.
get clothes?
Yeah, that might be part of it.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that. The girls like him. Look at the rouge on those cheeks. Dong, 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 dong.
I like how we're not actually focusing on the fact that there are mirrors that we shouldn't see him in.
Right.
Like,
Just walking totally past a bunch of mirrors.
just right that nobody can notice. Who's Charlie on the phone with at this point?
I think he called Peter Vincent.
Yeah,
But
but
why would he just be all up on? Oh, he's calling the cops. Oh, no, 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 wait. He called him back?
No, he called the I think he called the cops first.
Oh, cop first.
And since it's the 80s, let's dance.
Thank God it's not the mannequin dance. Uh-huh. People in the back don't even look like they're dancing to the right song.
Nope.
Everybody's just kind of jumping around. Whoa.
I'm pretty sure William Ragsdale doesn't dance like that.
Oh. She's got that Rick Moranis hair now.
I know. Is that a reshoot or
Yeah, right. Or maybe
his
I'm
pants
thinking
leg had static electricity?
he might be trying to turn her into how she used to look or
Mm,
something. That might be his vision of her. Maybe. I don't know. Because it is just weird how her hair just.
no bitey bitey yet. Where is William Ragsdale?
He's still on the phone trying to struggle Peter Vincent out of the house.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, wow. Ah, ah.
We got a guy in a mohawk. We got a girl with a hand tied bandana. We had a guy in a fedora.
A lot of Jerry curls.
Mm-hmm.
Cats dressed like the barge.
Oh, now we get the mirror shot, except
Yeah.
it's not that cool because,
No, it's on some. Hey, you're an invisible man.
yeah, you should be asking what happened to her hair.
Oh, and it just became Roadhouse. Mm.
Mm-hmm.
I really like how cool Sarandon is, though. Like he just didn't want to be bothered. Like, uh oh.
Is that the dude from?
Leon.
Uh,
Oh, he was in. The other dude was in Friday 13th.
yeah, that's what I was thinking.
He was the brother that survived somehow and then gets killed at the very end.
Yep. Isn't he like locked in a room or something?
Yeah, Jason early on supposedly kills him, and then suddenly he pops up at the end in the barn.
Yep. Is Amy recovered? Yes, apparently.
Right. Now her hair is transforming.
All right, let's see.
Club radio.
I remember there was an Evil Ed action figure with multiple heads.
Really?
I think so.
Was that a McFarlane?
I don't remember. So we didn't get enough resolution with their phone call because we only saw them talking. We didn't see the conclusion of their phone call.
Well, Peter's a believer now.
But he's not gonna. He didn't agree to help Charlie.
Right, he's on the way out.
Got to go.
I've seen shit that could turn you white.
It's funny is like half this movie is one of those 80s Panavision movies that's shot for video and then half of it isn't. Like
Right, because oh man,
they're in the center of the screen, but before when they were in the club,
the
you couldn't have,
nineties,
yeah.
the '90s HBO pan and scan of this shit. Yeah, like this shot here, you'll probably see half of Charlie. He might not even be in the shot. Or they would pan over to Peter. That jerky pan that they used to have.
John Carradine Dracula in the background there.
Is Mandrake the magician Dracula with the
Oh
top hat and shit?
yeah.
Yeah.
Other than this, Roddy McDowell would have been completely on TV, right? By
Oh
80s.
yeah, he was totally I'm guest starring on Murder She Wrote this week,
Right.
guy.
He wasn't the one who did it like 7 times, was he? There's
He
somebody who
probably
was on there
was.
forever.
Yeah, I think he was. He might have been one of them. He did all of the I know he did a lot of the anthology shows.
Oh, there. It looks vaguely like me.
So before she was under his spell, now he has to take her as
Mm.
is.
It. They have to. She has to dance to get hypnotized.
Mm.
What's weird is this is her movie, right? Like she's the one who didn't want to have sex in the first scene. Now, instead
Mhm.
of sex, she's gonna become a creature of the night with Evil Ed.
Yeah, inappropriate shit kids shouldn't watch, and I was totally watching all of this back.
Chris Sarandon's interested, even if William Ragsdale wasn't. I wonder
Right,
if
he's
this
all
is
about
a
it.
Brad Fidel pop song to play in the background here.
Oh, it has lyrics.
Does it? Okay.
It's Come to Me. They even have it. They recovered it for the sequel.
So he's clearly biting her shoulder there. Just point that out.
Oh,
Get an effect shot.
he's a vampire.
And another one of the fade outs. Yeah. Walking around the looks like an ABC. Looks like an ABC after school special.
Yeah, after school.
He's scared of the house next door. It's some really shitty one where they're like, it's a Muslim or Jewish family, and he's going over there to tell them to get out.
The exes have moved in across the street. The Shabazz family. I had a pistol.
I mean, backlots, you get good night shooting, I guess. What are you going to do?
Yeah, I guess it served its purpose because of I guess the contained,
Yeah.
you know,
Though we never did find out where Amanda Bierce lives.
no, somewhere way the hell across town.
Downtown, through the maze of alleys, past the club and the wharf. Was Roddy McDowell in any of the? Did he ever do any? He must have been doing shitty British horror in the 70s, though, right?
Oh man, he was all about Planet of the Apes.
Oh, that's right. Planet of the Apes ran through the 70s. That's right.
It was more.
Oh, that's right. He did
I
those
think they
forever.
said they were really trying to get Vincent Price for this. I think,
That would have, yeah.
and either he wouldn't do it or I don't know, but they got Roddy because he's still one of those guys that's well known.
Right. We got the claws going.
Yes.
So there are at least two vampires, maybe three, and the familiar.
Yeah, the ghoul. uh, wow.
Was it Buffy where they grab it and it bursts into flames?
The movie?
Yeah.
Probably. Because on the show, they just, they burn when they touch the cross and then they turn to dust when they're stabbed. That's when that came in. Oh. Oh. Woo. Uh, I gotta give it to him. The pacing is really good in this movie.
Yeah. And it's with really long scenes too, right? Like everything's a sequence.
Mm-hmm.
Wait a second. When did isn't that William Ragsdale's house?
Yeah,
Did we establish Roddy McDowell knew where it was, or is he just approximating?
I think so because he said he lived next door. See, he lives for this shit. Stephen Jeffries, you could tell
Uh,
how his career went south and he didn't get like rediscovered in the '90s. I'll never know. I mean, he did do other stuff, but
I mean, stuff didn't really get rediscovered in the '90s. It was kind of weird when you think about it.
he had to
Like,
get that you know he had to get that patronage, that okay from Tarantino.
right,
Here we go. See, these are real vampires.
right.
Now,
Like
the
it's
sequel does this too, where they're not just in vampire form. Here we have
uh
everybody. All the gore hounds love this. I remember seeing the making of this sequence.
who did the makeup effects for it?
Oh, can't remember.
Like that's a pretty
Yeah,
good transformation there.
look at
Like
that. I don't think it was. It was either.
Effects Entertainment Group did some of it. Creature Shop, yeah. So that's John Bruno's guy. These are the that he ended up working with Tarantino, not
Mm,
Tarantino, Cameron.
mm,
So yeah, like real effects guys.
yeah, look at that. Oh, the hand.
This is a really
Wow.
long ass fucking death scene too, right? Like,
But it's Evil Ed, man. Wow.
does the cross burn off his forehead though?
Right.
Yep.
Uh,
It at least vanishes. Okay, so now we find out what's going on with Amanda Beers. Is this all the same night as? Is this the same night that they
Yeah,
took him over there? Okay.
yeah. Just remember they were taking Amy home, and
Yep.
it all went south from there.
There's no. It's not the next night. Okay. Okay. So is she a vampire or not? We can't see her.
Not yet.
And
Mm. All right, game face, Peter.
of course, in Dracula lore, that would have brought him back to life.
Now, wait. You see, yeah, there's a thing to that.
All right.
Much like the end of the Lost Boys apparently got invalidated too. But
It's weird that they have a ice machine or a dry ice machine running in their suburban home.
and nobody's driving past that house like, what the
Ow.
fuck is
Nobody's
going
driving
on
around
in
that corner. Nobody's driving around that corner.
there?
Nobody drives around that corner. William Ragsdale can't even cry. Like, what the fuck? Again with the fruit.
Yeah. Well, he's got to keep his fangs sharp.
She's a vampire.
Damn. He went all in. Four fangs.
What happened to her hair?
Oh, yeah. That's the one thing I never understood about this shit. Somehow becoming a vampire turns her into this long redheaded like this sex pot.
Oh,
Ugh.
stuntman going down the stairs. Nice little
Pads under the
Hitchcock homage. These are some American Werewolf in London eyes, though. Looks like less painful than those were.
hmm
Uh-oh. That is like the smokiest gun in the world. Look at that.
But it's for dramatic effect
Yeah,
here.
it is for. Haven't you seen the Terminator?
Even though he's not a vampire, he sort of dies in this kind of Raiders of the Lost Ark
Yeah,
fashion.
lots of special effects. He lowered the hands really fast. So this would have been around the same time as Return of the Living Dead.
Yeah.
So
And they had Savini, I think.
the effects companies really liked showing off
Oh yeah, all of them were just.
what they could do. So
This was the height of Fangoria.
yeah, this was the closest it was ever going to come to sort of breaking through and crossing over.
Like I remember both movies, both of these Fright Nights were covered heavily.
Yep. Look at
She's
the
become Willa
hair.
Flintstone.
Yeah, there we go. Little Dracula climbing on the wall reference. But her hair was different in the medium shot than it is in that long shot too. Like what the
Oh, that's not the half of it.
it's looking like a music video here. Just turns around and starts snapping.
I question at this point if it's even Amanda Pierce. They say it is, but it doesn't at all look like her. It could be the makeup too.
Yeah.
But the thing is, she's not transformed to look like how she did in the picture.
Right.
Awesome shot.
Yeah.
Just boom.
The sort of exaggerated facial features thing would take off more like in the 90s, I feel like. Because From
Mm,
Dusk Till Dawn sort of does it too.
yeah.
Sort of the idea of vampires as monsters, not so much humans with teeth.
Mm,
Is he not paying attention?
right. He's got that boy who could fly background going.
Mm-hmm. Uh-oh.
Time to go back.
Doc Brown's.
Oh, right, it's over.
That's how we deal with the bat transformation. So damn gross looking little fucking thing too.
I just remember this being on the cover of Fangoria,
Oh yeah, that is.
along with the Evil Ed as a creature.
How long did fucking William Ragsdale sit over there not doing shit? It's like on the phone with Art Evans.
Look, I need you to get over here, man.
There's a vampire bat.
Did not tell you not to call me.
Oh, I love Art Evans. But I mean, this is cool because it's daylight and we still aren't done yet, right? Like,
That's what just makes this one of the best sequences.
well, and because they become buddies, they become a buddy team through this, like, as they're working together in the
Mm-hmm.
last, like, third of the movie. So it's just like this cool thing. Um, she trying out for
Black Widow.
thank goodness there's a secret passageway to the coffins.
His is all propped up and her shit is on the floor. Oh, yeah. Ah.
Ah. I'm trying to think. The big mouth with teeth thing.
Mm-hmm.
What was that from? That came back. Somebody else used that for vampires before Tarantino, right? Before From
Yeah,
Dusk Till Dawn. Wasn't there somebody else who used it?
it wasn't the Lost Boys.
No.
Because Lost Boys did Distorted Face. And it was done on like kind of a budget. So there's really certain shit they couldn't. I like this right here. uh,
Mm,
yes. I wonder if Sarandon did all that.
yeah, I was just wondering that. Roddy McDowell looks like he's the one who's like,
Yeah, why is he covering up?
see, we established this earlier when the familiar was painting the windows.
In the windows. Yep. Everything we needed to know. happened early on. Die.
Why are they destroying the mirrors though?
Huh?
Roddy McDowell like just crashed two mirrors, and I'm not sure about that. Like,
For the reflection, you know, it,
but it,
shattered.
yeah, but it could have reflected the lamp.
Well, he's the dumbass for choosing a house that gets that
Yeah,
much sunlight.
like, what were you thinking? Oh, we got shit getting sucked out of windows too. This would become the whole movie in Monster Squad. We got a bitchin' fucking bat skeleton burning up
Yeah,
there.
that is badass. Burn. Oh, did I just hear the classic?
I think you did. All right.
Old A-team explosion noise.
And Amanda Bierce's hair is back to normal.
She's Amanda Bierce again.
Yep.
How did
What
I get
happened,
here?
Charlie?
Oh, so where's Ed?
Making some fucking old British guy hug you, like, it's weird. It's weird too. All right, so the house is for sale again. Back
Everything's
over
back to.
to Tom Hanks's house in the burbs there. Oh. And he's got his job back.
Yeah, everything's back on track again. Huh?
Yeah.
Shout out to Charlie.
So where did he get all the pillows to set up the floor nookie thing at the beginning? Because like he's got all these pillows now. No more TV. Uh-oh. What did I just see?
Yeah. Could there be something else over there? Art Evans messing with him. That's for wasting my time, boy.
Okay, and
Okay. So I held out the whole movie. Now, when the sequel was released, or sometime in between, Now Comics released the comic series of Fright Night. And within however many issues they released, they made a 3-part Return of Evil Ed storyline.
okay. Oh,
It
dude. Look who it is.
Richard Edlund. Yep.
Richard Edlund. Okay, so not John Bruno, Richard Edlund. No wonder.
That's why it
Okay.
looks so good.
Yep. That is why it looks so good. Like, yeah. I'm trying to think who's better in the 80s than Richard Edlund. Because I mean, like your Lucasfilm didn't do this kind of stuff. Like,
no, they
didn't do gore. They did Star Trek, right? Like that's kind of how they kept busy.
Shit. They did a lot of the space shit and the
general sci-fi shit.
Yeah, they did the Ron Howard shit.
Yeah.
Didn't they? They did Cocoon and Willow. They definitely did Willow.
Because but all right. But Richard Edlund, he sort of did everything out and just so good.
Well, it was Rob Bottin and
there's Rob Bottin and Phil Tippett, but they did different type shit, right? Like they did
like
stop
miniatures
motion.
and stop motion, yeah.
But for full, there was, like Stan, of course, and
Winston and Rick Baker, Tom Savini.
Yeah. So like you had a bunch of these guys. And the original music, Jay Giles Band.
Oh my god.
Mm-hmm.
Fright Night. Very cute and simple theme song for the movie.
Little Devo. Not sure what Sparks is.
Yeah, these must have been the club songs. Evelyn Champagne King.
Autograph. Oh, the Fabulous Fontaines. I believe those were the fucking guys in the Elvis outfits.
Wow. It actually had a
records and cassettes. Yep. What's up? I wonder if there's a Brad Fiedel score. It seems like something there might be.
For this, there's like a bunch of different. Like I say, there's the instrumental, and then there's 2 versions of the vocal of like the seduction theme or whatever.
Okay, so Columbia Delphi. I wonder what else they did, because I mean, this was sort of an interesting time when you think about it for Columbia. And there's a little bit on the IMDb trivia page talking about how like the studio was too busy freaking out about something losing money, and then The Slugger's Wife, which was not a big hit, but was supposed to be. Yeah. But I mean, like, this is 85. This is the same year.
They really put their faith in Rebecca De Mornay back then, didn't they?
I mean, you had to try it once after Risky Business, right? Though I don't think that wasn't the second try.
Twice.
Yeah, they tried twice. What did I want to say?
What was it? It was The Slugger's Wife and God Created Woman. I think was the big flop that killed her. That was the
big flop that killed her, yeah.
Till she flipped the script with Hand It Rocks.
Yeah. And that only lasted for a few minutes. Like,
yeah. She held on for like a handful more movies, and then it was a wrap.
What did I want to look up? I can't even remember now. Nope, I don't remember. So no, I have no idea what it was. Yes, it was. Oh, now I remember. Okay, I wanted to see what the other Columbia Delphi productions were, because that San Elmo's Fire, Silverado, Murphy's Romance, Jagged Edge.
Right?
Hold on, I'm not there yet. I don't think. Maybe we'll find out. White Knights, No Mercy, Agnes of God, Violets Are Blue, Amazing Grace and Chuck, Alamo Bay, Desert Bloom, Happy New Year, 1987, One More Saturday Night, 1986. So no, not that one, because that one
was
Stand By Me made it. Yeah,
Silver Screen Partners or something.
They made it. This one, your peaks would have been Silverado, Fright Night.
Ain't almost.
St. Elmo's wasn't that kind of a hit though, right? Like it wasn't a blockbuster. It just did pretty well for that. But
Yeah, it
like,
was well enough to keep them, popular for a minute.
yeah. Okay, so this shit was basically over by 86. So this was like the last. Yeah, because St. Elmo's, Fright Night, Silverado, Murphy's Romance,
Everything was
Jagged
85,
Edge,
86. Yeah.
White Knights, all 86, 85. 86 was No Mercy, which was a bomb. Agnes of God was 85, which was not a hit, but like it wasn't a bomb. The
It
only
was like,
85 bomb is Alamo Bay, it looks like, but that's a fucking interesting list. Um, so yeah, but I thought Fright Night 2 wasn't Columbia.
no, it's not. It's they. I don't know what happened with it, but
They fucking
um,
let it go.
something. I think the yeah, it must have went up for grabs or something because I think that's part of the reason why Now Comics got it because it was one of those that just you know they might have had to deal with Columbia too because they had the Ghostbusters comic.
Oh,
So it must have been some weird kind of title deal because I know the Now Comics series had they had an adaptation of two, but I don't think they had an adaptation of the first one, which means they probably were only allowed to do two.
right. Not
Just
seeing
like
anything about
Ghostbusters,
why
they only
Columbia.
did what you call it? They only did I gotta get my hands on that. The adaptation, the real Ghostbusters and Ghostbusters 2.
Okay, so here we go. So we're going from Delphi 4 Productions to Vista Productions.
Uh,
Okay, here we go. 1987, they started. TV movie with people whose names you recognize. Doesn't matter right now. Leader of the band, nobody recognizable until Mercedes Rule, who's like third on this list. But
hmm,
Fright Night 2 was 88. They did that
eight.
Night Flyers movie with Catherine Mary Stewart. They did Ruskies,
Oh God.
Rented Lips, an action movie called Overkill, and then Trading Hearts, which was Raul Julia and Beverly D'Angelo and Jenny Lewis. It's the one where he's the ball player on the VHS cover. So these two movies are from two very different, but
Yeah.
like concurrent, very 80s production things. It's these 80s production companies are fascinating, but the problem is a lot of the movies are fucking terrible. Like,
Yeah. But they were cheap. They were done on it cheap.
but were they cheap or movies just a lot like do we expect a lot more? Because I mean they were done on the cheap, but that probably meant 15 million bucks, right? Like it wasn't
No, some
nothing.
of the movies were super cheap. If there's one thing I learned about listening to certain commentaries from 80s movies,
They're
they
fucking
always
dirt
talk
cheap.
about they always talk about how cheap the budget was, how they were always cutting corners with shit, or how they couldn't do specific sequences because they would have been over budget. Like you had to be a big I don't know, you had to be a name movie with name actors to get that sort of pull back then specifically.
Yeah.
The little movies like Fright Night just kind of did their own thing.
But they had a backlot they could use, so that was enough. All right. So yeah, so next week will be Fright Night Part 2, concluding our duology here. Something weird just happened.
Hmm.
Nope, it's fine. Do we have any other thoughts before we go?
Well, Fright Night, it's not terrible. It's great. It still holds up.
Yeah, these special effects are freaking
Yeah, they're
excellent,
good.
and the pacing is
Yeah, the pacing is off the chain.
really yeah.
Every time I watch it, it's like, damn, I'm already like towards the end. Like,
Yeah, I don't. This sort of like
and Cloak and Dagger is a lot like that too.
I gotta see that again. I haven't seen it in years.
Oh God, I watched it not long ago. Man, Dabney Coleman is on fire in that movie.
Yeah, as he often was. Yeah. Okay. We can just we got to go, folks, because otherwise we're just going to start talking about Dabney Coleman. Do a fucking season of Dabney Coleman movies.
Shit!
I'm not kidding. We could just do that for a while. Like, I'm good with that. But all right. Have a good night, everybody.
Night, folks.